Mo kí n káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò Kára Ọlẹ̀. Orúkọ mi ni Ṣàfẹ́ Agbọ́ládé. Lórí ètò yìí lénìí, ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre wà pẹ̀lú mi ìtajọ máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí a mú wá fún yín ní òní. Kí a tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ rárá, mo fẹ́ kí a ṣe èyí tí à ń pè ní warm up. Ìyẹn ni fún ìgbáradì exercise tí a máa ṣe lénìí. Mo fẹ́ kí a máa gbé ẹsẹ̀ wa sí òkè báyìí bí ẹni tó fẹ́ sáré. Ẹ máa ṣe, ẹ máa gbé ẹsẹ̀ wá sí òkè bí yín ṣe bí ẹ ṣe máa ṣe ìyẹn nìyẹn. Ìgbáyà yín máa wà ní iwájú. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá tún ṣe lè tán, àmọ́ wa àpapọ̀ bá ẹ̀nà síwájú. Ẹ ṣí, ẹ fi ṣí gbogbo ìgbáyà yín. Gbogbo atẹ́gùn aráyè máa fẹ́ lọ́tùn lósì wọ gbogbo àgọ́ ara yín. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá ti ṣe eléyìí tán, a sún wá sí ọ̀tún àtòsì. Gbogbo eléyìí fún ìgbáradì exercise tí a máa ṣe ní òní. Lẹ́yìn yẹn, a fọ ọkàn ẹsẹ̀ wa, a mú ọwọ́ wa lọ sí òkè. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ la ọwọ́ yín báyìí. Ó yá, ẹ gbé wá sí òkè báyìí. A tún ṣe sí 2, 3, 4, 5. Fẹ́ kẹ́ la ọwọ́ yín 6, 7 and 8. Ní báyìí a ti gbáradì fún àwọn exercise tí a máa ṣe lónìí. Exercise alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ìyẹn ni jog on the spot. Ojú kan la máa wà. Àmọ́ ojú kan tí a máa wà yìí, a máa sá eré bí ìgbà tí a bá ń sá eré gidi ni. Àmọ́ a máa ṣe kí ni? Ojú kan òun la máa wà. Ìyẹn jog on the spot. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé ṣe òun ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre ń ṣe yìí. Ẹ kọ ẹ̀gbẹ́ sí wọn kí wọ́n rí láti ṣe tí bọ́n ń ṣe ní ojú kan yìí tó dà pé wọ́n ń sá eré yìí. Nǹkan tá a máa ṣe nìyẹn. Àmọ́ fún ẹ̀yin mọ́mì wa àti dádì wa, tẹ́yìn náà bá fẹ́ ṣe àwọn exercise tí wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣetán yìí sí, exercise tí wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣetán yìí sí, ẹ lè má lè fò bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ kò lè ra máa gbé ẹsẹ̀ yín wá sí òkè bẹ́ẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá ti ń ṣe eléyìí, ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa náà nìyẹn. Àjọ ń ṣe nìyẹn. Eléyìí tí mo ṣe tán sí ìyẹn ni jog on the spot. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìyẹn ni push up. Lẹ́yìn push up yìí, a máa tún wá stretch sí iwájú. Ìyẹn ni push up and stretch. Ẹ jẹ́ kí èmi kọ́kọ́ ṣe tèmi náà fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá ti ń ṣe exercise ní ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe push up and stretch yìí, bí ẹ ṣe máa ṣe ìyẹn ni eléyìí. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ọwọ́ yín ní láti dọ́gba mọ́ èjìká yín. Bí a ṣe máa ṣe ìyẹn òun ni eléyìí. Ìyẹn ni push up and stretch. Àmọ́ fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀, ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre máa fi ràn wá ń sìn. Ṣé ti ń pé àwọn ò ní lọ sí òkè bí èmi ṣe lọ tán yìí. Orúnkún wọn sì wà ní, ẹ ti rí, orúnkún wọn sì wà ní ilẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. Gbà tèmi ṣe tèmi, èmi gbé gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ mi sókè tán. Ṣé ti báwọn ṣe ń ṣe ti wọn? Orúnkún wọn wà nílẹ̀ ńlẹ̀, ó yẹ lọ. Ẹ yẹ padà. Ẹ lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Bí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti ń tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní òní, bí ẹ ṣe máa ṣe títí yín, òun ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre ti fi hàn yín sí. Bí a ṣe máa ṣe exercise wa lónìí, òun leléyìí. Èyí jog on the spot yìí, a máa ṣe yẹn fún 30 seconds. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá parí ìyẹn tán, lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ a máa bọ́ sí push up yìí pẹ̀lú stretch èyí tí a fi hàn yín tó ń sìn. a máa ń ṣe yẹn ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹwàá péré. Tá bá ti wá ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe máa ń ṣe ní orí ètò yìí, a máa ṣe lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́, a ṣe lẹ́lẹ́kejì, a ṣe ní ẹlẹ́kẹta. Kò ń ṣe pé bóyá a lè ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan àbí ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì, àmọ́ à ń ṣe ní ẹlẹ́kẹta yìí kó ba lè ṣe kíni, kó ba lè wọ ara wa, kí àgọ́ ara wa ba lè feel impact exercise yìí, because nítorí pé gbogbo èyí tí à ń ṣe yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ṣe kíni, òun ló ní ìdí kan àbí ìdí méjì tí a ṣe ń ṣe. Èyí tí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ èyí tá a ṣe yẹn, ìyẹn ni cardio, èyí tá à ń sáré yẹn fún ọkàn wa. Ẹ máa ń kí tẹ bá ṣe, ẹ máa ń kí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bì, ọkàn yẹn máa ṣe bì ọkàn yín, ọkàn wa ìyẹn ni ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún. Ẹlẹ́kejì ìyẹn ni body weight exercise, ìyẹn ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún igbá àyà wa, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ẹ̀yìn wa. Kódà tí a bá ṣe dáadáa bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe, ó tún máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún ikùn wa, ìyẹn ni push up pẹ̀lú stretch yìí. So èyí tá a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́, jog on the spot, a ṣe yẹn fún 30 seconds. Mo lérò pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé ẹ ti gbáradì fún exercise wa, àmọ́ kí a tó bẹ̀rẹ̀, ìfẹ́ kí ẹ gbé omi yín sí tòsí, kẹ́ gbé gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ máa lò láti fi ṣe exercise. Àwa ti gbé ẹni wa síbí, kí ẹ̀yin náà kẹ́ ṣe kíni, kẹ́ gbé ẹni yín sí tíbí, kẹ́ gbé omi, gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ máa lò pátá fún exercise, kẹ́ ṣe kíni, kẹ́ gbé sí tòsí. À ń bọ̀. Mo kí n káàbọ̀ padà sí orí ètò Karaole. Abala kìíní òun ni a fẹ́ bọ́ sí nísìnyí. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ jog on the spot, ẹlẹ́kejì push up and stretch. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ jog on the spot yẹn a ṣe yẹn fún 30 seconds, push up and stretch a ṣe yẹn fún ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹwàá. 3, 2, 1. Ìyẹn èyí tí a ṣe yìí fún àwọn tí ó bá ti ń ṣe exercise fún ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. Èmi máa ṣe èyí tí àwọn mọ́mì wa àti dádì wa tí wọ́n lè ṣe, òun ni èmi ṣe yìí. Wọ́n á rọra máa ṣe díẹ̀ díẹ̀. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre, àwọn yẹn ń ṣe èyí tí àwọn tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. Ní báyìí a máa ṣe push up and stretch wa. Èmi á ṣe àwọn tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre á ṣe àwọn tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ní báyìí a ti parí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ó kù ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ máa mí sínú, kẹ́ máa mí síta, kẹ́ máa gbáradì fún ìkejì tó kù. Àti ṣe alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, méjì péré náà ló kù nísìnyí. A bọ́ sí jog on the spot, a tún padà wá sí èyí tí a ṣe parí tó ń sìn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wá lé, mo lérò pé a jọ ń ṣe exercise èyí tí à ń ṣe yìí, mo lérò pé ṣe ni a jọ ń ṣe papọ̀. Ready? Jog on the spot. 3, 2, 1, go. Èyí tí Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre ń ṣe yìí, ìyẹn ni àwọn tó bá ti exercise ní ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. èyí tí èmi ń ṣe yìí ìyẹn ni fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe exercise àbí àwọn tí wọ́n bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní òní. 5 4 3 2 and 1 good. Èyí tí ọpọ́n sún kan sí ni push up and stretch. Ready? 3 2 1 go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 2 more 9 and 10. Ní báyìí ṣe parí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, ó kù ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta. Àsinmi, àmọ́ mí sínú, àmọ́ mí síta, àmọ́ mí sínú, àmọ́ mí síta. Ìfẹ́ kí a gbọ́n ọwọ́ wa, ká gbọ́n ẹsẹ̀ wa. Gbogbo eléyìí ìyẹn ni láti gbọ́n gbogbo ìtẹ́ ti ṣe. Ẹ ṣara gírí, ẹ gbọ́nra jìgì. Ó kù nǹkan tí a máa tún ṣe eléyìí. Ẹ ti gbáradì. 3 2 jog on the spot, go. Ìfẹ́ kẹ́yìn ṣe èyí tí mo ń ṣe yìí. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push up. Let's go. Ready? 5 4 3 2 1 go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́, mo lérò pé a jọ parí abala kìíní tí a mú wá fún yín ní orí ètò kára ó lè léni. A ti ṣe alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, a ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, a ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, kò gbà á ní àkókò rárá. Ní báyìí, ìfẹ́ ká lọ sinmi, ká gbáradì fún abala kejì tí a máa mú wá fún yín ní orí ètò yìí. À ń bọ̀. Mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò kára ó lè abala kejì la wà yìí. Abala kejì yìí òun la máa ṣe fún inú wa. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ fi exercise alákọ̀ọ́kan, mo fẹ́ kí ẹ fi hàn wọ́n. Ó yá ẹ lọ sí ilẹ̀ báyìí. Eléyìí ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀gbẹ́ báyìí. Ó yá ẹ mú ẹsẹ̀ yín ẹyọ kan wá sí iwájú báyìí. Ìyẹn exercise alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tá máa ṣe ni ó yẹ wá sí òkè díẹ̀. ó yá ẹ dá ẹsẹ̀ yẹn padà kẹ́ mú ẹsẹ̀ kejì ó yẹ tún mú yẹn náà bí a ṣe máa ṣe ẹ máa ṣe lọ bí a ṣe máa ṣe exercise alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ òun ni eléyìí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìyẹn ni à ń pè ní baby plank or bear crawl hold kò le rárá tí ẹ bá ti mú ọwọ́ yín ẹ̀yẹn lè dúró báyìí ẹ kọ ẹ̀yìn síbẹ̀ tí ẹ bá ti mú ọwọ́ yín wá sí ibi báyìí ọwọ́ yín ní láti dọ́gba mọ́ èjìká yín nǹkan tí ẹ máa kọ́ ṣe ni wípé ẹ máa wá gbé orúnkún yín sí ẹ máa ti wá sókè díẹ̀ báyìí ẹ dẹ̀ kọjú síwájú nǹkan tẹ́ máa kọ́ ṣe nìyẹn ẹ ní tì lọ síwájú jù ẹ ní tì lọ sẹ́yìn ẹ máa kàn dúró báyìí orúnkún yín ní láti dọ́gba mọ́ ibi ọwọ́ ìbàdí yín ní ìbàyìí mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a máa ṣe nǹkan kan báyìí eléyìí ò ṣe òun rárá ojú kan ìbà la máa wà ọwọ́ wa máa dọ́gba mọ́ ìjìká wa orúnkún wa mọ́ ìbàdí wa ní ìbàyìí àwa rọra ti ẹsẹ̀ wa wá sí òkè díẹ̀ eléyìí a ṣe fún 20 seconds alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn a ṣe yẹn fún 20 reps ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì a ṣe fún 20 seconds mo fẹ́ kí ẹ̀yin mú apá bíbà yìí èmi á mú apá bí mo lérò pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá ní ilé ẹ̀yin náà ti gbáradì fún exercise alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ a máa ṣe eléyìí fún ẹ̀mẹ́ 20 reps ready 5 4 mo fẹ́ kí ẹ di ẹsẹ̀ alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn mú ẹ wá sí ọwọ́ òkè báyìí 5 4 3 2 1 go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 and 1 ìyẹn ni alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì òun ni bear crawl hold 3 2 20 seconds go fẹ́ kẹ́ kọjú síwájú ìyẹn ni ó máa jẹ́ kí ẹ̀yìn yín kí ó nà kò ń ṣe ìtì ẹ máa fi máa ṣe báyìí àbí tẹ́ fi máa ṣe báyìí ojú kan pé ilé máa wà 5 4 3 2 and 1 àsinmi fúngbà díẹ̀ alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nìyẹn a máa ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì àtúnṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ready let's go fẹ́ kẹ́ di ẹsẹ̀ yín kan mú ẹ wá sí òkè ready 3 2 1 go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 and 1 ready bear crawl hold 3 2 1 20 seconds eléyìí ni ọ̀pọ̀ ń sunkàn báyìí fẹ́ kó kọjú síwájú 10 more seconds 5 4 3 2 and 1 ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì òun ni àṣetán nísìnyí ó kù ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta ẹ̀ríṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wà lé mo lérò pé gbogbo tí à ń ṣe yìí àjọ ń ṣe nǹkan yẹn pé ṣe ni ẹ̀kọ́ ń wò wá lásán ready fẹ́ kẹ́ mú ikú yín dáná ẹ wá sókè 3 2 1 go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ní báyìí, a ti parí exercise tí a mú wá fún yín lónìí. Òun nìyẹn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe ṣe tí a mú ní kọ̀ọ̀kan ní ẹ̀mẹ́ta. A ṣe alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, a ṣe 20 reps, a ṣe kejì, a ṣe 20 seconds. A dẹ̀ ṣe ní ìgbà mẹ́ta pápápá àti parí gbogbo ẹ̀ tí kò gbà wá ní àkókò rárá. Mo lérò pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá nílé àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àjọjọ́ ṣe kí ni àjọ parí ẹ̀. Àmọ́ kí a tó parí ohun gbogbo a máa ṣe kí ni a máa cool down. A ní láti fi ọkàn wa balẹ̀ kí ọkàn wa tí ó ń lọ sọ́tún tó ń sá lọ sọ́tún tó ń sá lọ sósì kó ṣe kí ni kó padà wálé. Láti ṣe eléyìí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ fẹ́ kí a la ìtàn wa báyìí kó má pọ̀ jù ká la ìtàn wa báyìí. A máa wá mú ọwọ́ wa lọ sí ibi ọwọ́ òkè, a mí sínú, àwa mí síta. Ìta tá bá mí sí a máa wá sí ilẹ̀ díẹ̀ díẹ̀, àwa dúró báyìí. Ẹsẹ̀ wa ní láti wà straight. Ìfẹ́ kí a máa ti ẹsẹ̀ wa síwájú báyìí. A máa dúró síbí fúngbà díẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn tá bá ṣe lé ìtàn, a máa bọ̀ ní òkè ní ọwọ́ báyìí. A pa ìtàn wa dé, a pa ẹsẹ̀ wa papọ̀ báyìí. A mọ́ wa lọ sí ibi ẹ̀yìn níbí. Àwa máa lọ sílẹ̀ díẹ̀ 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 díẹ̀. Tá bá ti dé ibi tí a ti rí pé a lè lọ sílẹ̀ mọ́, àwa dúró síbẹ̀. Eléyìí á na iṣan ẹ̀yìn wa níbí báyìí mọ́ títí ẹsẹ̀ wa níbí báyìí. A máa rí pé ibẹ̀ ni ẹ máa ti máa fíìlì èyí tí à ń ṣe yìí. A máa bọ̀ lókè díẹ̀ díẹ̀ díẹ̀. Eléyìí tá tún máa ṣe ń sìn, mo fẹ́ kí a na gbogbo ẹ̀gbẹ̀gbẹ́ wa. A máa ṣe lọ sọ́tún, a máa ṣe lọ sósì. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Mo fẹ́ ká máa mí sínú, ká máa mí síta. 2 more. 2 and 1. Fẹ́ ká tí ọwọ́ wa lọ sí iwájú báyìí. Ó yẹ gbé wá sí ọwọ́ ẹ̀yìn. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá ti parí eléyìí tán, a máa mú ọwọ́ wa bí ìgbà tá a fẹ́ kan ẹ̀ṣẹ́, àmọ́ àkó ẹ̀ṣẹ́. A máa gbé wá sí ibi ìbàdúrà báyìí. Àwa tì wá sí ọwọ́ iwájú báyìí. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá ti ṣe eléyìí tán, ó wá kù kan. A máa ní láti na ẹsẹ̀ wa ní báyìí. A stretch quads wa. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá lè dúró lórí ẹsẹ̀ kan, ẹ lè fi ọwọ́ ti àrògiri àbí kẹ́ fọwọ́ ti nǹkan tẹ́ bá mọ̀ pé ó lè ṣe kí ni, ó lè mú yín dúró dáadáa. Fẹ́ kí ẹ na ọwọ́ yín báyìí. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí a máa fò káàkiri. Fẹ́ ká di ẹsẹ̀ kejì mú. Lẹ́yìn tí a bá ṣe eléyìí, a ti ẹsẹ̀ wá sí iwájú báyìí. A dì mú pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ méjèèjì wa. A máa tún di ẹsẹ̀ kejì náà mú pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ méjèèjì wa. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a bá ti ṣe eléyìí tán, àwa mí sínú, a mí síta ní ìgbà mẹ́ta. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ẹ mí sínú pẹ̀lú imú yín. Ẹ̀mí síta pẹ̀lú ẹnu yín. Ẹ̀mí sínú pẹ̀lú imú. Ẹ̀mí síta pẹ̀lú ẹnu. Last one. Ẹ̀mí sínú pẹ̀lú imú yín. Ẹ̀mí síta pẹ̀lú ẹnu yín. Ẹ ti ń pé gbogbo èyí tí a ṣe lénìí kò gbà wá ní àkókò rárá àti ṣe láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ a warm up, a ṣe exercise abala kìíní, a sinmi, a ṣe abala kejì, a dẹ̀ ṣe kìíní, a cool down. Tí kò gbà ní àsìkò púpọ̀ rárá àti parí gbogbo nǹkan tá a máa ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn exercise tí à ń ṣe ní ìbàyà àǹfààní ẹ̀ pọ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Tí ẹ bá ń ṣe lè ara yín á jí pépé dáadáa. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ lè ṣe ní àtijọ́ ẹ máa rí pé ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ní ìrọ̀wọ́ ìrọ̀rùn. Ní báyìí exercise tí a mú wá fún yín ní orí ètò Kára Ó Le lónìí òun nìyẹn. Orúkọ mi ni Ṣafẹ́ Agbọ́ládé. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dáre ló wà pẹ̀lú mi ní òní. Tó bá tún di ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó ń bọ̀ kẹ́ tó pàdé wa ní orí ètò Kára Ó Le. Ó dàbọ̀.
You and yourself now. Now wow. Oh boy, calm down now. Oga Kasali electrician, who would they look for with this?
Oh.
Oga Kasali, come help us fix this wire now.
Sorry. I no longer carry out illegal connection. It puts the lives of people at risk and can cause fire outbreak and disrupt power supply. I will never be part of anything that has to do with this any longer because change begins with me.
Oh boy, wetin him talk make sense. Oh boy, make we carry this ladder comot for me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Oga, open your fuel tank.
Hold on, please. Let me calm down.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Hope you've rubbed off your meter.
Oh, Oga, we no longer tamper with our fuel dispense meter because it is cheating and corruption. I will always sell fuel to all customers at the correct amount because change begins with me.
Nice one.
Yes, sir. How much, Oga?
Fill up.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry.
That was at the time when we were growing up. For many of us, the 70s, 80s, and then the 90s children. Being raised was done by the society, was done by the community. First, you had the benefit of your nuclear family, then that of the extended. Whether you live in the city or in the village, everyone in your area or in your vicinity contributed to your upbringing in one way or another. You failed maths, everybody on the street will know. And the day you made an A in English or literature or home economics, of course, your neighbors will come to celebrate with you and your family. Let's talk about what's happening now. We're focusing on the debasement of our values. That tells us that something is not working the way it used to. On the one hand, they say people without a culture are a people without something to look forward to or a platform to build upon. Take, for example, our unique and uncommon cuisines, worthy of celebration and acknowledgement. People come from all over the world to enjoy what our grandmothers taught our mothers and our mothers handed over to us. What about our dress style, our dress code? Unique and uncommon, each culture celebrating its own. And then we look on the other side, those values of trust, loyalty, integrity, honesty, respect. Many say things are not as they used to be. My name is Thelma Obaz. Welcome to Weekend Deal, where our focal point this day will be on debasement of values, especially, particularly in our great country, Nigeria. Some say if we continue the way things are, we may not be able to celebrate or acknowledge the activities, circumstances, experiences that may be coming after us. Hence, we ask you, be a part of this conversation today. Ifeoma Ojinta, a great morning to you. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Thelma. And here is the news bit. President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after his routine medical vacation in the United Kingdom. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says sustaining the upward trajectory in critical economic sectors and stabilizing the governing APC ahead of its national convention are immediate priorities for the President. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari alighted the Nigerian Air Force 001 aircraft that brought him from London at 10 minutes past 7 Friday evening. On hand to receive him were his Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello, and the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu. Also at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport were the Director General, Department of State Services, Yusuf Magaji Bichi, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of Finance and Administration, Sanusi Lemu, and other senior government officials.
All is well that ends well. He said he was going and he will be away for 14 days. Today is the 12th day. So the fact that he came about 48 hours earlier shows that all is well with him, physically, spiritually, and we are glad to have him back.
So what do Nigerians expect from him going forward?
Well, he will continue what he's doing, 14 more months, and the administration breaks the tape. He's going to give in his very best so that he lands safe and sound. And now particularly that APC has had issues and it has its convention ahead of him. The president has come at a good time to bring back better cohesion into the party and get the party to hold a successful convention.
President Muhammadu Buhari left Nigeria for London on the 6th of this month. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In line with its development objectives, the Nigerian government considers road safety a major development and economic priority for government at all levels, as it ensures the safety and protection of lives and the well-being of the citizenry. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this when he received the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety, who was accompanied by the Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps. Boboye Oyeyemi, State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
As Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says, road safety is critical to the nation and calls for more attention to road safety issues, noting that this would reduce fatalities on the roads. The Vice President wants the delegation to try and keep the campaign going and adopt different approaches to these issues so that the nation don't have huge fatalities. Road safety and welfare of citizens, the Vice President says, are crucial issues to government. A reason, he says, the federal government continues to do as much as possible to promote the work of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Public education, he notes, is very important to ensuring road safety, as people need to be informed, especially about the simple, easy-to-do things, such as wearing seatbelts, not using the phone while driving, not driving under the influence of alcohol, and very simple, straightforward preventive measures central to people's lives. The United Nations envoy commends the work being done by the Federal Road Safety Corps and the strong commitment of the Nigerian government towards improving road safety in the country.
We know that there are many victims on the road, too many victims, but the encouraging things in Nigeria is that there is a specific educated team in charge of that with a strong commitment from the government.
What is on the front burner now is the issue of data management and promoting the use of safety elements, which is one of the things discussed with His Excellency.
The visiting United Nations envoy presents the Vice President with a prototype design of a safety element at the end of the meeting. In the State House, Jide Onifade, Nta News.
Now, when President Buhari assented to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill on the 25th of February 2022, it was clear that the National Assembly has one more unfinished business on the new law. The President, at the occasion witnessed by leaders of the National Assembly, expressed the conviction that the new Electoral Act 2010 as amended holds a lot of promise for improving Nigeria's election processes for a durable democratic culture. He, however, pointed out grey areas that he wanted the National Assembly to reconsider, particularly the amendment of Section 84, subsection 12 of the Acts.
Restriction and the disqualification to serving political office holders, of which they are constitutionally accorded protection. It is imperative to note that the only constitutional expectation placed on serving political office holders that qualify by extension as public officers within the context of the Constitution is resignation, withdrawal of retirement at least 30 days before the date of the election. Hence, it will be stretching things beyond the constitutional limit to import extraneous restriction into the Constitution on account of practical application of Section 8(4), subsection 12 of the bill.
This is a wonderful, wonderful development for this administration, for the evolution and development and growth of democracy in Nigeria. We will be expecting a communication from Mr. President with the request for the amendment in good time, because time is of essence.
Few weeks later, the said amendment was sent to the National Assembly, but the Senate on Wednesday 9th March 2022 rejected the proposed amendments.
That we receive a letter, and the letter is categorical, indicating that the executive wants an amendment to Section 84, subsection 12, on the second reading to be led by the leader. In my judgment, should continue. Say aye. Those against say nay. I put the question. There was an aye and there were nays. And I said the nays had it.
With that, the court's ruling on the matter seems to be the solution left. Meanwhile, a Federal High Court sitting in Umuahia has ordered the Attorney General of the Federation to delete Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022. The court on Friday ruling declared the affected section as illegal. Ifoma Ndokoli brings us details.
Justice Anyadike held that some sections of the 1999 Constitution already stipulate that appointees of government seeking to contest elections were only to resign at least 30 days to the date of the election. He declared as invalid and unconstitutional any other law which mandated such appointees to resign or leave office at any other time. He therefore ordered the Attorney General of the Federation to delete the said subsection 12 of Section 84 from the body of the Electoral Act 2022, declaring it as unconstitutional.
He has just ordered that Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act is inconsistent with the rights of Nigerian citizens when read with Section 66 of the Constitution, 107, 137, 182, and now nullified Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act. And as equally has ordered the Attorney General of the Federation to delete Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act forthwith.
The court has already declared it a nullity, so it's for them to just delete and we'll move on.
Nduka Edede of the Action Alliance had gone to the court to seek proper interpretation of Section 84, subsection 12 of the new Electoral Act. The court order is considered victory for President Muhammadu Buhari, who had earlier asked the National Assembly to expunge the clause as it breaches the rights of government appointees. In Umuahia, Ifoma Ndokoli, Nta News.
And away from the Electoral Act, the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, sitting in Kubwa, has vacated an interim order restraining the All Progressives Congress APC from going ahead with its planned national convention. The interim order followed a suit filed before the court last year by an aggrieved member of the APC, Salisu Umar. Justice Bello Kawu, who delivered the ruling, said the interim order has been overtaken by a recent judgment of the Supreme Court delivered last year on a similar matter of internal party affairs.
No, the motion we file has been taken to. It is the basis of that motion that the court arrived at this decision to vacate the order. The implication anyway, what you want to know, is that there's no longer any impediment for APC to go ahead to conduct its convention on the 26th of March. What? No further impediment.
With due respect to the court, the argument profiled by first and second defendant with respect to seeking setting aside of the order has no nexus whatsoever. So they have invoked the position of immunity that the second respondent has. But the truth is the order wasn't made at the second defendant. The order was directed at APC. APC enjoys no immunity. So if you look at the nexus, how the court arrived at setting, it is at variance. There's conflict. And so we'll look at it. If there will be need to appeal the decision, we will. But for now, we are bound by it.
Justice Kawu, however, denied the prayers of the defendant's counsel to dismiss the case for lack of jurisdiction and adjourned the matter to 30th of March for hearing of the substantive suits. Buhari House National Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress played host to those aspiring for elective offices in the National Working Committee ahead of the March 26, 2022 National Convention. Sally Hugonera reports that activities are also high at Eagle Square, venue of the convention.
The aspirants were accompanied by their supporters to the APC National Secretariat to submit their nomination and expression of interest forms. They all expressed commitment towards building APC as a politically rewarding institution that will sustain its ideology of good governance, being showcased across the country.
The success of this project starts from one's compliance with the directives and guidelines of our great party. I'm here to show my respect and deference to the leadership of the party.
Meanwhile, the APC National Convention subcommittees on venue, security and election were at Eagle Square and assured members of a smooth national convention.
We want to also ensure that the security will inspect the place and guarantee that there is adequate security for all the delegates and everybody that is coming here. Then the election committee is also here to tell us, to know where we're going to put people, how we're going to arrange the ballot boxes.
Party supporters count down days towards the exercise. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
In the meantime, as the 2023 general elections draw closer, stakeholders in the Nigerian political space have begun consultations with political party organs, just as the leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council has similarly consulted with other advanced climb. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The chairman of the People's Democratic Party Governors Forum and governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, has met with chairmen of the 36 state chapters of the party, where he tasked them to stay united in a bid to win the 2023 presidential election.
Well, it is about consultation on the possibility of my running for the office of the president and seeking the mandate of our party members and leaders as the standard flag bearer of the PDP in 2023 presidential election.
We want to move together and we want to make sure that whoever picks the ticket wins the election. So to us, it is not just an issue of primaries, it's an issue of the secondary election, which is more important.
Still on the 2023 general elections, the leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council has received a delegation from the Communist Party of the People's Republic of China to consolidate on the existing bilateral relationship between Nigeria and China.
The affinity that has been developed, over time, with the visit of our president to China, their own president also to Nigeria, I think it can never be more apt, for us to have this engagement. So that is why they are here.
From Ado Ekiti, the Action Democratic Party formally unveiled Erelu Kemiele Bute Hale as its flag bearer at the forthcoming governorship election in the state.
Having alliance with other parties is not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at dialoguing with them, we sitting together and feel that, oh, this lady can lead us this time, because this is what Ekiti State wants. They want the women folks to lead them this time, and they are clamoring for it. So I'm here.
CDP candidate Erelu Elebute Hale said her agenda for the state is total transformation for the good of all. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Sports is next.
Nigeria's Ese Brume will be one of the contenders for gold medal at the World Indoor Championships, which commenced in Belgrade, Serbia on Friday. The 26-year-old Olympic bronze medalist is joined by Ruth Osoro, who makes her debut at the triple jump event slated for Sunday. Team Nigeria, comprising 6 athletes, will compete in long jump, triple jump, and 4x4 meters.
I'm expecting great things from especially Ese Brume, who won the medal at Tokyo. Ruth Osoro, who is the Nigerian national triple jump champion, and then the 4x4 at least should be able to make the final if they put it together properly.
In the meantime, all is now set for the 26th edition of Nigerian University Games Association NUGA Games, scheduled to hold at the Lagos State University from 16th to 27th March. The 12-day event, which will feature 17 sporting events, will see 3,414 contingents from 47 universities competing for honors. Ahead of the Ghana-Nigeria FIFA World Cup playoff first leg, the Super Eagles camp opens weekend in Abuja, with the 32 invited players by technical advisor Austin Iguavuen expected to start arriving Saturday ahead of their first training slated for Monday.
Super Eagles of Nigeria need to pick this ticket to qualify for the World Cup in 5 consecutive times.
And finally, UEFA Champions League title holder Chelsea are to meet 13-time winners Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of this year's competition. In a draw conducted in Nyon, Switzerland, Friday, Manchester City will play Atletico Madrid, while Liverpool tackle Benfica and Bayern Munich take on Villarreal. With sports update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
And that concludes the AM News. We now rejoin Thelma for the rest of Weekend Deal. Good morning.
Thank you, Ifoma. Always a pleasure to listen to you. Okay, it's time for us to unveil what's happening with our dailies this weekend. And of course, the headlines concern us. We'll take off with the Daily Trust. Below the masthead, Electoral Act, respite for Malami, Amechi, others as court nullifies contentious clause. Court has powers to expunge clause. Lawyers say INEC, Senate, representatives react. There's more details of this on page 4 of the Daily Trust. Investigation, how Youth denies Hausa Fulani treatment for claiming Plateau State. Record officers compel new patients to change state of origin to register. See doctors. Hospital Plateau government debunk claim. More details of this on page 5. And besides that, we have a pre-registration form, perhaps to debunk or to add credence to this statement. Nigerians pay through the nose as health insurance wobbles. There's details of that on page 6 and 7. And on the left-hand side of the paper, a day with Abuja scavengers, village hardship pushed us out of school to the Federal Capital Territory. There's details on page 26. On the right-hand side of the bottom part of the paper, coast clear for APC. Court vacates order stopping national convention. There's details of that on page 10. Why I gave the wife of the former governor of Anambra State a dirty slap. This is coming from Bianca Ojukwu. There's details of that on page 8. I think the operative word there is dirty. Entertainment meets Kannywood stars that started as kid actors. There's details of that on page 13. We look at the Al Jazeera weekend. It's next. Obaino's arrest linked to asset declaration, says source. And right there we have the visage of the chairman of the AFCC as well as the immediate past governor of Anambra State. With derided as bogus elephant projects, 2 properties in Abuja, Lagos not declared, as Bianca Ojukwu, Ebele Obaino, as Bianca Ojukwu and Ebele Obaino's dirtified rules of social media. We're still looking at the Al Jazeera weekend, the editorial on public office holders abusing authority. Let's take it from the left-hand side of the paper. There's talk about food prices. The word here from page 22 says, food prices skyrocket as traders cite fuel scarcity. Below that, El Rufai rejects Buni's reinstatement, threatens to leave APC. Details of that can be found on page 25. Electoral Act Amendment. Court declares Section 84(12) invalid. And we have the visage there of the Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Minister for Justice, Malami. The picture story interests us. Somebody is taking an award there. Perhaps we get to know more from left. Managing Director, Alpha Zone Eye Clinic, Dr. Adesu Agbontai, presented an award of recognition to the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Mrs. Ipalibo Harry Banigo, during the National Conference of the Guild of Optometric Directors of Nigeria, Gudon, in Port Harcourt on Friday. Congratulations to her. EFCC arraigns UBA staff for stealing 452 million naira from customers. This is that person that never lets your alert revert even when you don't get the money. Good thing people like him or her are getting caught. Jet A1 hike. Airlines suspend threat to shut down flight operations. There's more details of that on page 22. And the Central Bank of Nigeria intervention. Women get 203.31 billion naira credit. Interesting. Thank God I'm a woman. And we have the visage there of the governor of the Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele. Nigeria is a blessed country indeed. Saturday's Sun is next. Beside the masthead, vandalized equipment, Abuja residents to remain in darkness. Took a breath. Court nullifies Section 84(12) of amended Electoral Act. And there we have the visage of the Senate President Lawan. Below that, showdown at Soludo's inauguration. Why I slapped Obano's wife, says Bianca Ojukwu. The writers are here. She said she had premeditated plot to disgrace me. I had to defend myself from her verbal, physical attacks. Ex-governor's wife must apologize or face grave consequences, says the OB of Oka. Below that, zoning imposition cause fresh crisis in APC as the court vacates order against the convention. There's details of that on pages 27 and 28 of the Saturday Sun. Why EFCC moved Obano to Abuja. And there we have